Hi, my name is Iris Green. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make triple chocolate gluten-free brownies. This is a really amazing recipe because it's extremely versatile. So once I've shown you the basics of how to make these brownies, you can add anything you want to them and make them a special treat for your own family exactly how you want. So we're going to start by combining 3/4 of a cup of butter with 4 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. You can melt that either in the microwave or you can do it on the stovetop. I chose to do it in the microwave because it only took 2 minutes, and you'll find that once you remove it, the butter and the chocolate aren't completely dissolved into each other, but I'm okay with that because it sort of prevents the chocolate from burning. So you can go ahead and stir that together, and you'll find that as you're stirring it, the heat from the butter is melting the chocolate anyways, and so you just dissolve that all together. Stir that very, very thoroughly, because as soon as we add the sugar, the temperature is going to drop really quickly in this, and then the chocolate will stop dissolving, and you don't want to get any like bitter bits of chocolate in your brownies. So now we're going to add 2 cups of cane sugar. Stir it in really good. Now you can see how it's starting to thicken because the chocolate is cooling and the butter is cooling now that we've added the sugar to it. I like using a spatula to stir everything because I find that it gets in the corners and scrapes everything out and makes sure that you're not like having little hidden bits of goodness not combined in with your entire batter. Now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of gluten-free vanilla extract. There's a lot of gluten-free vanilla extracts presently available on the market. McCormick makes one, and I believe Trader Joe's sells a couple of them. Just make sure you check the packaging and look into the manufacturer. This is also a completely corn-free brownie as well, so if you're somebody who's on a corn-free, gluten-free diet, you can actually use a corn-free vanilla extract, and this will be a completely safe recipe for you. A lot of people that I know that are corn-free actually make their own vanilla extract just by combining a corn-free alcohol with vanilla beans and just letting it infuse. And then they just use that in their baking. So once we've combined that, now we're going to add 3 eggs. If you add the eggs individually, it makes them stir in a lot better. And you can see as you add the eggs, it's already starting to thicken. Okay, now we're going to add 1 cup of unsweetened cocoa. So now we've added our unsweetened chocolate bar, but now we're going to add our cocoa. So this is the second chocolate we add to this. And the cocoa is basically serving as your flour here. I know there's a lot of different ways that you can make gluten-free brownies, but one of the nice things about using unsweetened cocoa is that you just, every bit that you add just adds to the richness of it. If you wanted to make these into walnut brownies, mint brownies, or maybe add a little orange zest, this would be the time in the batter that you would want to mix in your additional flavor. You can use either an 8x8 or a 9x9 or a 9x13 pan to bake these in. Just make sure it's a greased baking pan, so just smear a little butter around the inside. And then just depending on how small you make the pan depends on how thick the brownies are. I don't recommend going any smaller than 8x8 because it would just be overflowing and it wouldn't bake through to the middle. But you know, an 8x8 is going to give you a really nice, thick, dense, fudgy brownie. If you go with a 9x13, you're going to have thinner, smaller brownies. So maybe if you're having company and you want to make a smaller brownie, you can do a big pan of them. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add the batter to our greased pan. Scrape the sides, you don't want to miss out on any of the good stuff. Okay, now we're going to add our 3rd chocolate. We're going to add 1/2 cup of chocolate chip. Sprinkle those really evenly on top. Put these in the oven to bake at 350 for 40 minutes. Keep an eye on them because you want to make sure you don't burn them. And when they come out, you should let them cool before you cut into them. And enjoy your triple chocolate fudgy brownies.